watching people toil away in frustration with nothing is strange. It's like you get somebody, and this is why this is my life's work and why I will continue doing it forever, because look at that last caller. We have someone who admits, hey, I can't prove this. My entire paradigm is nobody's going to know till they're dead. And yet I'm going to say, Jesus said nobody's going to know till they're dead. Okay, well, that's entirely circular, because first of all, it doesn't matter what Jesus said until you show why it matters what Jesus said. Because if somebody else says, like what if he didn't call in to say, Matt said you're not going to know till you're dead? He only cites Jesus saying you're not going to know till you're dead. I don't think you're going to know even after you're dead, because I don't think you're going to have a brain. There's not going to be any way to know. But the caller didn't call in and say, oh, Jim Bob said we're not going to know until we're dead. It was always Jesus says we're not going to know until we're dead. But we don't know that. So really, it's the Bible records Jesus as suggesting that we're not going to know till we're dead. And that's only of use if you really already begin with the assumption that Jesus knows what the hell he's talking about and is giving accurate information. And so he doesn't realize it, but he's simultaneously saying nobody can know till they're done, but I'm going to believe this anyway, while I say I'm not believing it. This is the knot, the Gordian knot that religion twists minds into. And it's why it's so frustrating, because I give a shit about people. I give a shit about what kind of world we live in. And if you allow religion to mire you in this, oh my God, what if I'm wrong? 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 Then, and we have that not only with this last caller, but with the bipolar person from earlier who's seeing patterns everywhere and wanting to judge all this. And it's like, what if I'm wrong? What if I'm wrong? What if I'm wrong? This is the harm that religion is doing. And the fact of the matter is, we do not currently, and there's unlikely to be any hope of, have evidence or sufficient evidence to warrant believing this proposition. It's on that note, though. Thank you, Shannon.
Thank you.
You're awesome. I'm gonna do an episode of The Line a little later, but there's other people here that I want to thank first. First of all, I'd like to thank chess.com for giving me a distraction. Oh wait, that's probably actually a promotion that I shouldn't do, but hopefully everybody will realize that it was all in fun. But
you can go to my website, mattdillahuntysucksallthetime.com/Shannon Q.
I suck all the time.
I'll be updating it after the show.
It's a brilliant thing of me sucking all the time.
All the time.
But what I will say is, I get it. There are people out there who are dealing with this or struggling with it. They're looking at it in a different way. Not everybody who tried to call and get through got through. Not everybody who got through had something productive. But at the end of the day, we're still here. Week after week, I genuinely am trying to have conversations apart from Math Boy. If you're going to call in to do a mathematical proof of a nondescript, non-classical version of God, I genuinely do not give a flying fuck. Just don't even bother wasting the time, because it's, when you're putting in all your X's and everything else, it's not like there's a variable that is God. And what actually ends up happening is you talk about the probabilities of stuff, which Shannon would have been an expert for you to knock through probability boys stuff.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, well, it's really somebody in chat just said, can Matt prove the existence of nothing? No, because nothing doesn't exist. If it exists, then it's something. It must have properties. These are simple questions that people think they're throwing out as if, oh, it's a gotcha. Hey, do you apply skepticism to skepticism? Yes, I do, which is why I'm not absolutely certain about anything. Any more gotchas you want to toss out? Oh, yeah. But we're here. We're here on Sundays from 4:30 to 6 p.m. roughly Central for people to call in and tell us what they believe and why. There are limits, though. Just because we're having people call in and tell us what they believe and why doesn't mean that we're going to have the same conversation with everybody. And it doesn't mean that this is a debate. So if you've written a book like one guy did, and you're a former caller to the show, it's probably best that you don't write in your book that you had the pleasure of being invited to debate me when all you did was call into the show, because that's a pretty douchey move. Please, please, please. I know that there are people who are very upbeat right now because of the election. There are also people who are very down now because of the election. Please remember, whether you're trying to celebrate good news or bemoan bad news, we're still in the middle of a fucking pandemic. There are still people dying, And we hit new records for coronavirus numbers, for 7-day death trends, for death trends in total, for cases in total. We hit new record after new record after new record. Wear a goddamn mask. Stay home if you're able to actually do that. Social distance and follow the guidelines of the people in your area, because I'd rather not be doing this show from home a year from now. I would rather have flown Shannon down from Canada to do this in person back in the studio, where we're at least able to interact with something other than a virtual here elbow bump. There you go, Shannon. Oh, I got the wrong. It needs to be this elbow.
How do I do it?
Boom.
Okay.
We just do that there. Please take care of yourselves. Please do everything right. We will see you next week. Be safe.